Hey everybody out there, you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. You're in my corner and I have a very special guest in the corner as well. Would you like to introduce yourself to everybody out there?
Hey guys, it's Mela.
And now I was, doing a little bit of research and everything, and I was curious, what got you into acting? Were you, when you were a kid in diapers, was acting the first thing you wanted to do, or did you want to be a ballerina? Well, how did that work?
I think every girl wants to be a ballerina. I think I wanted to be a ballerina or a psychiatrist. Those are my two big ones. I've always done a little bit of music and, sang in choirs, but come college, I was more in communications and English and math and ended up working in disaster relief for a little bit and came out here to Los Angeles because my mom was not well. She's a lot better now. But I took a class for voiceover and kind of wanted to be discovered. I'd heard I had a good voice for that, and sure enough, actually, the director of the class got me an agent, and I started working almost right away.
Oh, very nice. So you kind of were able to get into that door really quickly.
Yeah, but I think I just went really late. It wasn't something I was working on for years and years. So this is about 2001 when all of that happened.
Well, that was a good time to do it too, especially in Los Angeles, because video games were definitely growing into a bigger thing at the time.
Oh yeah, I think I thought it would be a really cool hobby. It wasn't something you could support yourself on back then. You'd get a call every couple of months, and you'd do a game, and or an anime, or a small role on a television series, and it was exciting. But it wasn't something that would pay the rent, and I'm lucky enough now that it does.
Oh, very nice. And I have to say, in terms of video games, are you a gamer yourself?
I'm the most horrible game player of all time. There was a 3-year-old recently who was like, please play with me, Miss Mela. And I was like, I'm warning you, I'm terrible. And we were maybe 5-10 minutes into the game, and a 3-year-old, he's like, Mela, maybe this isn't your gift. He's like, do you want me to play for you and get you some more points? So I actually love the artistry of the games and the illustrations, but I'm definitely not gifted in the area of gaming.
Well, you're in quite a few actually complex games, from what I recall, like Fallout and Persona and Blaze Blue. They're all very complex. Someone who's brand new to gaming can't just pick them up, sadly.
Yeah, I love when fans actually send me scenes, or they're like, "Here, I'm on this level. I'm sending it over to you and getting the clips," because I certainly wouldn't be able to hear most of them on my own.
Well, one thing I did want to ask, I mentioned Persona, and I believe you play a character called Fuka, yes?
I did. I think that's actually another one where I started the series, but I didn't finish it. So every now and then, some people will send some clips, and it doesn't sound very much like me. So I don't know who the other actress is or isn't, but sometimes they'll, because of scheduling, they will slip another voice in there for a while.
Oh, well, actually, that's interesting to know. I just started playing that game, so I'm late to the party, so it's fresh in my mind. Everybody now is playing it on PSP because they came out with a new one, but kind of interesting to hear that they might have combined two voice actresses together into one.
I hate to say that it happens often, but it does, and they don't actually tell us. It's not as though they want to make us feel bad and go, "Hey, you weren't available, so we got somebody else for just a minute." But every now and then a clip will get sent, and I'll listen to it. And although I'm really flexible vocally, there are some times when I know I'm like, "That's not me."
Oh, well, good to know for those Persona fans out there.
Yeah. So every now and then there'll be a clip, and someone's like, "I don't know what happened. Mela just sounds off today. It doesn't even sound like her." And then I want to get into the thread and be like, "It's not me."
Well, I know with a lot of video games you get to do a lot of reaction sounds. Do you find those difficult at all?
Sometimes it can be. I mean, especially dying. But I usually play fairly dainty characters, except in Fallout, which I was a little bit of a masculine female soldier. But most of the time when I'm dying, it's not so terrible. But they're universally known to voice actors as really the toughest parts of the job, the attacks, because it kind of shreds your voice.
I mean, I know in Blaze Blue, Rachel is kind of a little bit standoffish, and so she doesn't really scream her attacks.
Well, I think it's right along with her character. Honestly, do you think I would do something like that? I think everything is supposed to seem a little easier for her anyway.
Well, she is some sort of vampiric. I don't know the word for that, but she's that sort of character.
Vampirist?
Yeah,
Yes.
there you go. And now you must have seen a lot of the fan reaction to that because fighting games nowadays have sort of become popular all over again.
Yeah. Well, I was flown out to Armageddon in both Melbourne, Sydney, Auckland, and Adelaide, really for Vampire Night, which is another series I do. I play Yuki Cross. And I had probably half of the fans that were coming up to get signatures were from Blaze Blue. So it's extremely popular, not just here in the States, but I was really surprised to see it popular in London and in Australia and New Zealand as well.
Well, good to know that for vampire fans out there, you've got it handled. So it's kind of interesting in Vampire Night. I haven't seen it myself, sadly, but I've heard a lot about it from the fans out there and the listeners out there, and you kind of have a hard decision. You have two guys pretty much going after you in that series.
Yeah, I love it. I get to have a lot of choices. I don't think it's a difficult choice. I'm always asked, would it be Zero or Kaname? I think it's every teenage girl's prerogative to change her mind on a regular basis.
That's true. I mean, a lot of girls are indecisive. Just for the guys out there, just in case you want to know.
We really mean it at the time that we say it. Just remember that.
And then we'll change your mind. Don't worry. And now I'm curious, is there any other projects that you're working on that you can talk about or anything that's come out recently that you want to promote to the fans?
Well, we just signed our non-disclosure agreement. I'm on a new show. I think I can say Johnny Young Bosch is in it. I'm excited to finally get to do another series with him. But I also have a band, Magnolia Memoir, that just got signed by Peak E1, and our EP comes out on Tuesday, August 30th. It's the teaser, 4 songs that are going to be for our brand new album that comes out February 2012. So I'm super excited about that. I'm going to be shameless and plug, www.magnoliamemoir.com. And you can listen to the music and see pictures and definitely support next week when the EP comes out on iTunes.
Well, I have to say I looked on the website and I was pointed to the YouTube where it had a few sample songs, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
I was really I was really fell in love with your voice because when I think of like Rachel Alucard or one of those characters, I don't see such a strong singing voice.
No. I imagine if Rachel Alucard was on karaoke, it would be her big weakness.
Probably. And now, how did the group come about? Did you just want to pursue singing, and you knew a bunch of friends who wanted to be a part of the group, or was it hard finding people? How did that happen?
Actually, I'm so comfortable behind the mic as a voice actress. I've not really had a desire to go in front of the camera. And as a musician, I had a friend who's a film composer, and we were working on some tracks for a film. And then I got some ideas and thought, why don't I record it with some great musicians? We'll put together a dream team. And I thought maybe I'd get a publishing deal or have somebody else want to record the songs. My initial intent wasn't to record them myself, except for the demos. And in 2008, we recorded a live album, our self-released debut album, and it kind of got a cult following. And we did get a publishing deal the next day, but the publishers were asking why wouldn't I sing them. And I think harder than singing in front of a bunch of people is that I think in voiceover you get to just be in this room by yourself, and you don't know anyone's watching, but when there's 500 people in front of you, it's a whole different story. So I'm really lucky. I'm the lead singer of the band, and kind of by default. And I'm I'm excited about it, and I think everything that's happening right now is very lovely. But I get butterflies every time. It's a lot easier to be an animation character than it is to go out in front of a few thousand people and just be there. I don't know if I made that clear. It's just I think everybody gets nervous when you're in front of a lot of people.
I can agree with that. And are there any events that you have coming up for either your group or on your own?
We are going to be at the New York Expo in October, but currently in Los Angeles. They've sponsored a really cool residency for us at Bar Vermont, 1714 North Vermont in Hollywood. And what I love about it is it's all ages. And we have a lot of fans that are under 21 or people that want to bring their kids, and it's a really great hangout. And we're going to be there on the 30th, of course, when our EP gets released. And then in September we have 3 dates. One is Tuesday the 13th. I believe Alen Johannes from Queens of the Stone Age and them Crooked Vultures is going to be joining us. He's a friend of ours. And September 20th and 27th as well.
And now, places on the internet where fans can, like you, or they can retweet your tweets. What do you have any social networking things like that?
Absolutely. MagnoliaMemoir.com, Facebook/MagnoliaMemoir, Twitter/MagnoliaMemoir. Please, come find us on Facebook and Twitter. And for those of you that aren't in Los Angeles or aren't on our tour schedule, go ahead and join our mailing list. We're going to have a special memoir room where you can see live concerts and have exclusive clips, and it's going to be like you're in our own backyard.
Very nice. And now I was curious, since we have a tradition here on 91.8 The Fan, if you'd be willing to participate.
Yes, it's a loaded question, isn't it?
It kind of is. Yeah, we do put you guys on the spot. I'm not going to lie. But we basically ask if you'd be willing to say a radio bump for us.
Of course.
Awesome. The only trick of it is that we do it live on air, so if you do mess up, everybody hears it.
Okay.
And she's like, no, I don't want to do it. Basically, we ask if you'd be willing to say, hello, my name is, you insert your name, I do this, you can insert that you're with a musical group or you're a voice actress or certain characters, whatever you want to do there. And the last part is, and you're tuned into 91.8 The Fan.
Okay.
So whenever you're ready.
Hey guys, this is Mela Lee, Yuki Cross in Vampire Night, Rachel Alucard in Blaze Blue, and of course the lead singer for Magnolia Memoir. And you are listening to 91.8 The Fan.
That wasn't hard. Look at you. You didn't even need any breaks or take twos or anything like that.
I just have a lipstick all across my windshield here in the car. Make sure I read it right.
You have people walking by going, what is she doing? What is that?
91.8 The Fan.
And is there anything else you'd like to tell the listeners out there?
Well, I'd like to say thank you. I mean, when I was a little bit of a bookworm growing up, and sometimes when I'm in interviews next to like Kyla Bear, who went to Australia with me, and Bill Farmer, who's the voice of Goofy, they talk about having always wanted to do this since they were kids. I didn't really get to play a lot of games or cartoons or animation.
Well, that might have even been. Sorry about that. Don't mean to cut you off. We had a little bit of a technical hiccup there. Are you still with us?
But the fact that, and in the last year, I've gotten to be flown all over the world to meet you. It's pretty amazing. I'm super, super grateful for that. I know it wouldn't have happened without you guys being so awesome.
It seemed like we experienced a little bit of lag on that one, so apologies for that. But we're going to go to a quick break here, and thank you for our guests, so keep it tuned to 91.8 The Fan, everything you want and nothing you don't.